Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to give you guys my top 5 recommendations for fresh girl perfumes and just clean girl scents in general, because it is spring and summer here in Australia and it's getting really hot. And as a fragrance lover, I really like to play up with my different perfumes, but sometimes some perfumes are just for one particular season and suited towards another weather type. And I want to share with you guys my favorite spring and summer scents that give you that kind of clean vibe and just really minimalistic but sophisticated look. So let's get to it. Now, you guys have probably seen from my perfume decals, I do have a lot of perfume and I try it a lot out, and I have the little samples. If I do like it, I get bigger sizes. I think that's something that we can all do, getting like those sample kits, and then if you like it, buy the full size rather than blind buying it, because that's what I used to do and it wasn't smart. But these are my top 5 for when you want a really refreshing scent that just wakes you up. So let's just get straight into it. Number 1 I want to talk about is this one from Lancome. This is the Tresor In Love perfume, and I really love the Tresor Midnight Rose. If you guys have seen me and my videos for a long time, that is probably one of my favorite perfumes of all time. It's this beautiful raspberry rose. But let's talk about this one. This one's in the same family. It does have a very similar DNA to it, where it does have like a floral rosy undertone, but this one focuses more on the fruity notes, which I think is absolutely incredible. This has a very strong, almost rock melon scent to it, and it is just a white floral with just these fruity notes, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's very elegant, very pretty and underrated. And I know a lot of people don't like designer perfumes like Lancome because it's very sweet, but that's what I prefer. And at my kind of age range, I like sweet perfumes. They're just what I gravitate towards. And this one, let me just give it a little sniff. This one just smells so refreshing, and it almost has a little bit of a citrus note to it as well. It just gives you such a almost I just woke up in the middle of a garden kind of vibes. It's a very beautiful, almost like you live in one of those tiny village huts and you're surrounded by fresh fruits. It is just a really nice scent. It's not super over the top and artificial. It's quite a faint scent as well. It's one of those where you walk by and you get a small whiff of it and you're like, oh, that smells nice. I don't like perfumes where it's like really loud. It's like, wow, I like her perfume. It's almost as if this is your scent. So I really like the light notes in this perfume. I just absolutely adore it. Yeah, it's really good. And I got this in the 30ml just because I wasn't too sure if I would like it, and also I don't want to have too many bottles of like the Tresor line in my collection, so I got a smaller one, and it's actually perfect for traveling. Just put in your purse and you can reapply. This one does last a good 6-7 hours and then it starts to fade quite drastically, but during the 6 and 7 hours it smells amazing. And I'm only at uni for like 4 or 5 hours, so this is something that works really well for me. I really like this and I highly recommend it, and I think you can probably get it on sale on sites such as like FragranceNet, which is where I bought this. So yeah, really like this one, and this is my first recommendation. Now, the second perfume I want to recommend is actually quite new to my collection. This is the Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. Now, I must say, when I bought this, I actually did fall into the marketing. It's like the Glossier U. It's just that we don't have Glossier in Australia, and it's a little bit expensive if I want to like, do something like transferring shipping. So I thought this is like very similar. It's more like one of those your scents, and it's very customized to you because everyone's body chemistry is different, which is why when you buy perfumes you probably want to get a sample first, because sometimes longevity is different, sometimes the notes turn out different as well. But this is one that is meant to be customized towards you, and it has a very strong base of like musk to it. I would just say it does smell quite like refreshing, like linen and just freshly washed laundry. And this actually does turn out a little bit milky on me, which I really like. It reminds me of Philosopher's from Boutique, which is another one of my favorite perfumes. When I spritz this scent, it also gives me like a professional edge as well, because it's so like cotton and musky. It makes me feel like I'm in like a crisp suit and just makes me feel really awake and diligent, which I really enjoy. And one thing I also love about this is not only is it great by itself, it lasts a long time on my skin. Surprisingly, I can smell this like a good 10 hours after I spritz it. It just meshes really well with my body chemistry. It smells so crisp and soft, and I do have it on my wrist right now. I can smell like almost a sweet note to it. It's really, really good. It really changes every day, like according to the climate and everything. But what I love the most is you can layer this with any perfume you want. It doesn't change the notes of the original perfume that you wanted to spritz, but I would spritz this like first and layer it with another. It makes the longevity of the other perfume much longer, and it also adds like some extra like notes to it, just like a little tinge of maybe like I said earlier, a little bit of extra musk, a little bit more of like that milky scent to it and sweetness. And those are notes I love the most. So when it adds to my perfumes, it just makes it smell greater and better, and it lasts a lot longer. So there's really nothing I can complain about this perfume. I think it's a wonderful perfume. Again, you can probably get a nice dupe from the market, just like a musky, fresh scent, but I just really like this one. I also love the bottle. It's very pretty. I got this in the 50ml. It's very, very elegant, and I just love having it on my bookshelf and vanity. It looks so pretty. So yeah, I really recommend the Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume. The next one I want to recommend is no stranger to internet and everyone's recommendation list. This is the Dolce and Gabbana Light Blue Eau de Toilette. Yeah, you can see I've used a lot of this. I really enjoy this scent. I think it's one of the freshest citruses that you can ever just get on the market, and you can usually get this on quite a good discount. I bought mine from, I think, Chemist Warehouse for like 70 bucks, which isn't bad considering like the original price, like 100 something, but it's definitely not like super affordable. But I do really like this one. I think it just gives you a really crisp like hit of like lemons and zestiness. It just wakes you right up, and it just feels like you open a can of Sprite. And I really enjoy using this one when it's a really hot day, but I still want to smell nice because it doesn't get all weird with like sweat and stuff. And the only issue, a lot of people complain about this, is the longevity. It stays like 2 hours, 3 hours max, and it fades. So what I actually like to do when I wear this perfume is either I put it in my bag, which usually I don't because this is a massive bottle. I got the 100ml. I actually like to put some like Vaseline or non-scented hand cream on my wrists and just like areas where I usually spritz my perfume. So like alongside my pulse areas, because that's where like the body is the warmest and it probably projects the perfume a lot more. So I put like some of that on it and then I spritz it. That makes the longevity at least double. And now that I have the Juliet Has a Gun, I actually like to spritz it on top. Let's do a little bit of that right now. And it will make it last at least another 2 hours, 3 hours longer. Again, doubling the wear time of this, which is really nice. Yeah, I just really like this one. It's so realistic. It's a perfume where it actually smells like you cut open a lemon. It's just absolutely amazing. And what I love about this one is that it is very inoffensive. It is a compliment getter just because it's so refreshing. Not many people can hate it. A lot of people I read on Fragrantica said it smells like laundry detergent. I don't get that note. I actually think it's just a very realistic citrus lemon, and it's very refreshing. I don't get really any other notes apart from the citrus, if I'm being honest. There are some aquatic notes, but I could be also imagining that because I want it to be more complex. But for me, this is enough. I really like it for summertime, and it's probably something you want to get in a larger size because if you like it, you will go through this so quickly because you have to reapply it so often. But yeah, I have recommended this to so many people and they love it and have even repurchased bottles themselves. So I really like this one. I didn't like the Eau de Parfum just because it was a lot more like muskier and it was almost a little bit bitter to my like scent, so I didn't really like that. I just prefer something that's a little bit more light and refreshing, so I would go for this one. Definitely give it a try, and this is one of the best, I guess, designer perfumes I would recommend for the spring and summertime if you want something super refreshing. Now, another really refreshing fruit scent I would have to say goes to Glasshouse Perfumes Sunsets in Capri. I really enjoy this one. I've been using quite a bit. I do love the packaging. It's a magnetic cap. That's like number one thing that really draws me to it, if I'm being honest. I'm very immature when it comes to things like this. But this is a really beautiful peach tea scent. I think I've mentioned this before in the past, but this is just it's like a scenic perfume in my opinion, because when you spritz it, you can actually create a scene in your head and it gives you an imitation of this event going on. So what this smells like is you're at the beach, you have some, you know, like sea notes, you get like the sea salt, you get some sea breeze. Okay, so you have like that salty note, that's the base. And then in your hand, you have a really nice peach tea, iced peach tea. So you get that peachy note, you also get a little bit of like green tea, ever so slightly, very refreshing, and then you get those aquatic notes. It just all mixes together and it creates such a perfect concoction. I just love using this one because it is, again, very light on the skin. It's not something that is super loud and almost sticky. I hate that for the spring and summertime. And I feel like for these clean girl fragrances, you want something that's very just, oh, is that like perfume or is that your like own scent and allure? Of course we're not like, we don't smell nice naturally, but it's just so refreshing. People associate it with like your overall demeanor and everything, which I really enjoy. I like the peach notes in this one. It's a very realistic peach as well, and paired with the tea, it just melts in so nicely together. The most important thing is this does last a good, I guess, like 7-8 hours on my skin. I really enjoy it, and it does have a really nice fade as well. It doesn't turn weird halfway. It's just later down the track, it smells more of tea and like the sea salt. The peachy fruity notes are gone, so I guess it gets a little bit more bitter and salty, but not too bad. Yeah, this smells absolutely incredible. It's just one of the best scents, I think, for a really hot day, and it just makes you feel cooler as well. And I feel happy when I smell it. So this is definitely one of those that I recommend, and they do have really great perfumes in Glasshouse as well. I mean, candles. I think they're just a very underrated perfume brand because they're not really known for their perfumes. They're more known for like their home like incenses and candles, but their perfumes honestly are really good too, so check them out. Now the last recommendation for a clean scent would have to go to Penhaligons London Luna. This, I think, is the epitome of elegance and just fresh scents in general. This is absolutely incredible. Not only is the bottle so adorable, I love this bow tie and this kind of mesh sticker situation, and it's purple. Like, what else can you ask for in a perfume? But don't be deceived, it's actually a citrus scent, even though it's purple. I would describe this as a cotton musky citrus. It is a very interesting blend, and let me just spritz a little bit. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely incredible what they did with this one. So I would describe this scent as a very professional work setting scent as well. All these are quite like work friendly because they're not super loud, but it has these notes of musk to it to give it some base and I guess almost longevity. And then on top you get these like lemony kind of citruses, a little bit more like a sour note, but together they just turn into this really, really beautiful, sophisticated scent. It lasts a good, I would say, 9 hours on my skin, but again, you kind of lose the citrus halfway through and then you get more of the musky notes, and that stays with your skin. It also has a tint of sweetness to it that gives it a little bit more of like a refreshing and youthful note, and it's a really playful scent. It's one where when you put it on, you feel really like put together. I feel like this almost gives like the crisp suit and blazer situation as well, very professional. And what I really like about this one is that it does actually change a little bit throughout the season. I like to spritz this during winter as well, just because sometimes you want like a bit more like a refreshing, but it has a, you know, sweeter base to it. And it's different according to like the different weathers and just the overall atmosphere and environment, I guess. It's a really beautiful scent in general. I really love using this one on days where I feel like I need to feel refreshed and I still want to feel focused, if that makes sense. I choose a lot of my perfumes and makeup according to my mood and what I want to do. So for example, today after filming, I need to do a lot of work. So I did like very simple makeup. I wore kind of like just easy like to move in clothes, and I spritz on some really wake me up scents because that will keep me focused throughout the day. And this is just one of those scents where I feel like it helps me focus, it makes me feel really good about myself. The downside is it is quite pricey. You can definitely get other citrus scents, just even like light blue. I think if you mix it with like a more musky scent, you can get like a similar smell, but I just really like the mix and concoction of this, and it's beautiful to have and look at. So yeah, this is a great perfume if you're looking for a citrus with a musky scent, also with that sweet note that really just has a very comfortable blend of everything. But yeah, that is it for my recommendations of top fresh and clean girl fragrances. These are my definite top 5s, and I'll be using these the most for spring and summer. But yeah, let me know down below what are your favorite scents when it comes to spring and summertime, and what are your takes on the clean fresh girl scent viral trend situation. But that is it for today's video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel, and let me know down below what other videos you would like to see in the future. But yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.